Have you ever wondered what it's like to be locked up in the world's toughest women's prisons? These high-security institutions house some of the most dangerous and notorious female criminals, and the conditions inside are brutal. But what's it really like to spend time behind bars in these harsh environments? Imagine being confined to a small cell for 24 hours a day with only a sliver of natural light filtering through a tiny window. Imagine being strip-searched every time you leave your cell or being constantly monitored by guards. Imagine the isolation and loneliness of being cut off from the outside world with little or no contact with loved ones or family. This is the reality for many women in some of the world's toughest prisons. Philippines Correctional Institute for Women. Life inside the Philippines Correctional Institute for Women prison can be harsh and difficult for inmates. The prison is known for being one of the toughest female prisons in the world, with overcrowding and inadequate living conditions being major issues. Inmates are often housed in cramped cells with several other women, making it difficult to move around or find personal space. Many cells lack proper ventilation or sanitation, leading to unsanitary living conditions. In addition, the prison is often understaffed, which can lead to a lack of security and an increased risk of violence. Despite these challenges, inmates at CIW are still expected to follow strict rules and regulations. They're required to work and participate in educational and vocational programs, but these opportunities are limited due to the lack of resources. Inmates also have limited access to medical care, which can be a major issue for those with chronic health conditions. Julia Tutwiler Prison, Alabama, USA. Deep in the heart of Alabama lies Julia Tutwiler Prison for Women, a notorious maximum security prison that was once known as the Wetumpka State Penitentiary. But in 1942, the prison underwent a significant change when it was renamed in honor of Julia Tutwiler, a trailblazing advocate for prison reform who earned the nickname Angel of the Stockades for her tireless efforts to improve conditions within the prison's walls. Despite her efforts, the prison remains a harsh and dangerous place, with a notoriously brutal death row and a reputation as one of the worst prisons in the U.S., plagued by high levels of officer-on-inmate violence and frequent investigations. But even in the darkest depths of this southern prison, the legacy of Julia Tutwiler lives on, a beacon of hope and change in the face of adversity. Grand Valley Institution, Ontario, Canada. Nestled in the picturesque province of Ontario, Canada, lies a prison unlike any other in the region. Despite its idyllic location, the prison has a dark and terrifying reputation, most notably for the tragic death of 19-year-old inmate Ashley Smith in 2007. Her untimely death, caused by self-strangulation while in solitary confinement, sparked a massive legal inquiry and global controversy. Known for her unruly behavior, Ashley had been moved to a number of different institutions before her death. The incident was caught on tape, and the prison's response was heavily criticized. 2 documentaries have been made about her death, both of which examine the prison's role in the tragedy. This Canadian prison may be unique, but its story is one of heartbreak and loss. Pollsmoor Prison, Cape Town, South Africa. Pollsmoor Prison is located in the heart of South Africa, a notorious maximum security prison that's widely considered to be one of the toughest and most terrifying in the world. Housing both male and female inmates, the prison has been home to some of the most notorious criminals in South Africa. But among the prison's female population, one stands out in particular: Marlene Lenberg, the infamous scissor murderess, convicted of brutally stabbing her lover's wife. At just 18 years old, she was the youngest woman to be convicted of murder in South Africa and was initially sentenced to death before having her sentence reduced to life in prison, a chiller reminding of the brutal realities of life behind bars. Heilongjiang Women's Prison, Heilongjiang, China. In the remote northern province of Heilongjiang, China, lies Heilongjiang Women's Prison, known for its hardline approach to discipline and rehabilitation. However, the prison made headlines recently when a Chinese woman came forward with a shocking allegation of abuse and torture she had endured for nearly 3 years. According to her, the abuse was motivated by her faith and included regular beatings, isolation, and being handcuffed from behind. The prisoners also claim that the guards were willing to use any means necessary to make her renounce her faith. But the revelations didn't stop there, as further revelations revealed the prison had been accused of illegal organ harvesting, with prisoners complaining of having their blood taken without consent. The Heilongjiang Women's Prison is known for its strict ways, and this kind of abuse and human rights violation is definitely not acceptable. Parapana Agara Central Prison, Bangalore, India. The Parapana Agara Central Prison, located in the Indian state of Karnataka, is the largest prison in the region, with an overwhelming 4,400 inmates cramped into its facilities, designed for just 2,200. With overcrowding a persistent problem, it's not uncommon for 8 to 9 prisoners to share a single room. Both male and female inmates are held here, but it was recently discovered that some of the prison guards had been selling the female inmates to the male inmates for their own financial gain. Initially denied, the claims were later confirmed, with certain female prisoners being forced to work in the kitchen at night, making it easier for the guards to go undetected. This scandal has shed light on the dire conditions and corrupt practices of this overcrowded Indian prison. Silverwater Women's Correctional Centre, New South Wales, Australia. The Silverwater Correctional Complex in Australia is a maximum security prison known for its notorious inmates. From infamous husband killers to wrongful convictions, the prison holds a dark history. One of the most notable prisoners, Alice Lynn Chamberlain Creighton, was wrongfully convicted of killing her daughter before being released in 2012 after an inquest determined a dingo was responsible. For this reason, it's not for the faint of heart. Indiana Women's Prison, Indiana, USA. Indiana Women's Prison, the first adult female correctional facility in the country, holds a high number of mentally ill, disabled, pregnant, and elderly inmates. Known for its high-profile criminals, including husband killer Carla Green Gibson Carl and escapee Sarah Jo Pender, the prison also housed Gertrude Banaszewski, the infamous perpetrator of the single worst crime in Indiana's history, the torture and murder of Sylvia Likens in the late 60s. Despite being home to Indiana's only death row for women, it currently has no death row inmates. Conclusion. Overall, life inside the world's toughest women's prisons is not an easy one. The conditions are harsh and the isolation and loneliness can be difficult to bear. But it's important to remember that the women who are locked up in these institutions are human beings who have made mistakes and are paying for them. They deserve to be treated with dignity and compassion, and to have access to programs and support that can help them turn their lives around. So what do you think about life inside the world's toughest female prisons? Are you interested in knowing more about the programs and activities that are offered to inmates? Let us know in the comments section below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Your support is much appreciated, and we'll keep bringing you more interesting and informative videos.